In this video we're going to be taking a look at tracking on the inReach. So we turn our device on, goes to unlock, and we'll just zoom through to settings and have a look at what we've got our tracking settings set at. So into settings and down to tracking. Now the first option that we see here is send interval. Now this is the interval that the device will communicate with the server and send through its location updates, and this is what will create with a low tracking interval a snail trail within map data on Brion Lone Worker console. Now from here we can enter into send interval and have a look. From here we can see that my tracking interval is set, or send interval is set to 2 minutes. I can enter into that and select 10 minutes, which is normally the default on the device, and you won't get a very fine tracking interval using a 10-minute update. So 5 minutes or 2 minutes. 5 minutes is probably more prudent use of battery on this device, so I'll set it for 5 minutes. So from here I select that at 5 minutes. The stationary interval is the update sent from the device when it's not moving, and the stationary radius tells us that we are stationary if we're within the radius that's set there, which is 100 meters. I can just go in there, we can make that a smaller stationary radius. Moving out of that area there will send us back to more frequent moving interval. So just leave that where it was. So I've got my moving interval set to 5 minutes, and I can exit out of there. The log interval. The log interval has to do with the Garmin portal itself. You can have a look at that online to learn more, but exit out of there and across to tracking. And what we can do is we can start. The options here are start or share. Now share is not an option that's available to OEH users, so start is what we will do. We can start our tracking. As again, share is not what we're after. It's not enabled on your devices. Not now. That's what we choose. So as you can see, I did have my send interval set to 5 minutes, and that will create a 5-minute update with a longitude, latitude, location in map data on Brion Lone Worker portal. And the log interval again has to do with the Garmin portal itself. And I'm sending through my updates, and from here I can stop tracking. Easy to do. Highlight that, and tracking is stopped. I'll just start that one more time, and I'll X out of there, and we can see that the tracking icon has a tick next to it. That means that tracking is enabled, and above that you'll see a wheel with a cross on the top of the screen there, and that also means that tracking is enabled. And when we stop tracking, we X out, we see that those have disappeared. So those indicators tell us that tracking is on your device if you set it. So your update is what it's all about, and a finer update will give you a finer snail trail, and an update of 10 minutes. I won't give you that snail trail, but it will send through information once every 10 minutes regarding the your current location. And that's tracking on the inReach with Brion Lone Worker.